Glad to have you join us for another edition of Newsline on this first Sunday in the month of December. I am Jennifer Igwe. This is the right place for sizzling stories and initiatives affecting lives. Yes. Now, when a child is missing, found, the ideal thing for authorities to do is to notify families and ensure proper reunification. This all-important move often hits a brick wall if efforts to locate the child's parents and family is futile. We have the case of a missing child trying to locate his family and another who was rescued from kidnappers 4 years ago, but efforts to reunite him with his family have not yielded positive results. So stay tuned for that story. Now, criminal activities of two escapees from the Owerri prison who have been on the run for some time now have resulted in their arrest. Stay tuned for more on this case that re-echoes the phrase, "A leopard can never change its spots." Then Helen Nkwocha, the first female coach of a top European men's team, wowed the world. What many are not aware of is that we have more of such unique women in Nigeria. On our lineup today is a story of a female soccer coach flying high in Kano, and she's a coach of a male team as well. Find out why her feat is exceptional. We also have highlights of exceptional initiatives by brands and how they are impacting lives and putting smiles on the faces of Nigerians. Let's start with the news segment as usual, and my colleague Claire Adelabu Abdurazak in Abuja.
Jennifer, thank you. And indeed, I really don't think there's anything exceptional in that female coach. I think women are beginning to, break the boundaries and, of course, taking on new challenges. So it's not exceptional. We've just been trying to, of course, show that we can equally do as much as the men. Thank you, Jennifer. So here is the news from our Abuja Network studio. Work has formally started on the construction of the new headquarters building of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Now, this followed the groundbreaking ceremony for the project performed by President Muhammadu Buhari and other African leaders, led by ECOWAS Chairman President Umaru Embalo of Guinea-Bissau. Our State House correspondent Adamo Sambo reports.
It was a remarkably historic and significant event as President Muhammadu Buhari, ECOWAS Chairman and President of Guinea-Bissau, Umaru Sissoco Embalo, and other leaders laid the foundation for the construction of the new headquarters building of the Economic Community of West African States. Situated on a 7.02 hectares of land in the Research and Institutions District of Abuja, the project comprises 2-story conference center as well as 11-story office building. The Eye of West Africa, as the project is called, symbolizes ECOWAS' mission to unite West Africa, stay on the path of development and achieve common prosperity.
Let me commend the Federal Republic of Nigeria for the allocation of this land, for the financial waivers, for the development permits and other technical support towards the construction of the new ECOWAS headquarters. In a similar vein, let me commend the President of the Republic of China and his government for providing the entire financial envelope for this headquarters project.
And I do believe that today's ceremony will not only lead to a brand new building for ECOWAS headquarters, but also will open a new chapter of the friendship and cooperation between China and Nigeria, ECOWAS, and the whole Africa.
both President Muhammadu Buhari and the ECOWAS chairman, President Umaru Sissoco Embalo of Guinea-Bissau, expressed appreciation to the People's Republic of China for committing to building a befitting headquarters for ECOWAS, describing the project as a diplomatic gift to the West African states.
The new complex will represent the unity and brotherhood of the member states, as well as signify a recommitment to regional integration. It will be our home and a regional rallying point. I wish to confirm to you that I have given directives to the various relevant Nigerian ministries, departments and agencies under the coordination of Nigerian ambassador and permanent representative to ECOWAS to ensure smooth facilitation of the project. I have no doubt in their ability to deliver as promised.
When completed in 26 months, the magnificent edifice will house the three major institutions of the sub-regional organization, the ECOWAS Commission, the ECOWAS Parliament, and the Community Court of Justice. In Abuja, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has described as regrettable that some of the gains achieved so far by ECOWAS in strengthening regional peace and security, as well as democratizing the governance space, are being undermined by unconstitutional change of government. Addressing this is the second session of ECOWAS heads of state and government, the president says that efforts must be sustained towards resolving the political situations in Burkina Faso, Guinea and Mali. State House correspondent to the Mosambo again reports.
The ECOWAS summit, hosted for the last time by President Muhammadu Buhari as head of state, was convened by its chairman, President Umaru Sissoco Embalo of Guinea-Bissau, to, amongst others, receive update on the political situations in Burkina Faso, Guinea and Mali. The sub-regional organization, through its mediators, had sustained engagements with the military leaders of those countries on their individual transition programs. For President Muhammadu Buhari, ECOWAS must remain firm on their principles as well as commitment to zero tolerance to unconstitutional changes of government.
The ECOWAS Commission must therefore work more assiduously to complete the review and harmonization of the protocols on good governance and democracy, as this would enable our sub-region to sustain our collective efforts to deepen not only democracy but her dividends through good governance to the community citizens. Related to this is the urgent need to fully bring into operation the regional action plan on the fight against terrorism, other acts of criminalities in the sub-region, to sustain national governance efforts that would ensure the growth and progress of our sub-region.
At the opening of the summit, the president of the ECOWAS Commission, Dr. Umar Aliu Toure from Gambia, was formally sworn in. Dr. Toure, who succeeded Jean-Claude Cassibrou, assumed office in July this year.
Never before has our region been faced with so many difficulties at the same time. Our response as a community cannot be business as usual. Delivering shared prosperity must be and must remain the raison d'etre of ECOWAS.
ECOWAS Excellence Awards for this year were presented to 4 deserving individuals from the sub-region, amongst them 2 Nigerians. They are Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka and Africa's foremost philanthropist, Mr. Tony Elumelu. And on the margins of the summit, President Muhammadu Buhari granted audience to his Ghanaian counterpart, Nana Akufo-Addo. Details of their high-level discussions held behind closed doors were not disclosed. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
And in other stories, ahead of the resumption of the Kaduna-Abuja train service on Monday, arrangements have been concluded at Rigasa train station in Kaduna State. Now, the maiden trip expected to leave Kaduna for Abuja in the morning is coming after 8 months of the suspension of train services on that corridor in the aftermath of Kaduna-Abuja train attack. Here is Haruna Mohamed's report.
The ambience at the Gasa train station is that of hope and joy as workers of Nigerian Railway Corporation reported to their duty post ahead of the resumption of train service. There is high level of enthusiasm among staff and business operators after spending 8 months at home due to inactivity at Gasa train station.
Before this thing is happening, I have come every day. I sell my market very well.
Now that the train is back, Alhamdulillah, we thank God. While the train is on standby, the cleaners are ensuring the train is clean and sanitized for use by passengers.
So we are happy we are back to our work after about 8 months at home, and we thank the federal government.
As part of security measures, management of the Nigerian Railway Corporation has introduced a lot of safety tips at ticketing points.
If you don't have an NIN, you are not going to board our train. It's as simple as that. If you are a minor, an adult will pay for you, will register for you. And an adult can only register for not more than 4 minors.
Federal government had also assured passengers of adequate security measures to forestall any breach along Kaduna-Abuja rail line.
Whatever is humanly possible to secure the lives of the users of this service have been put in place, and we will continue to upgrade it. We'll be monitoring it on a daily basis and improve on wherever we find some snags.
It is expected that the train will leave Kaduna for Abuja at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
Right now, it was an evening of spectacular renditions, seen in choir and solo performances at the 2022 NTA FRCN Vaughan service of night lessons and carols. Our correspondent Elizabeth Moruyo reports that Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, in his message to the congregation delivered by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, hinged on love, forgiveness and peace, exemplified by Jesus Christ.
That hymn led faithful into worship and praise of Jesus Christ, reminiscing on his birth. The occasion is the 9th annual NTA FRCN and Vaughan service of 9 lessons and carols. Classical presentations, the 2022 edition featured a fusion of Afrobeats with Handel's hymns and carols, and the lessons propagate principles of peaceful coexistence as national culture, even as the nation prepares for the 2023 general elections as lead to the theme, Fear Not.
Our hearts should not be troubled in any way, as even we approach the year 2023. Yes, we are going to have elections. We are going to have a census exercise. All these are issues that come with a lot of questions. But we have an assurance from our Lord and Savior that let not our hearts be troubled.
Giving a sense of inclusivity to the vulnerable amongst us. People like the persons living with disabilities and the internally displaced persons will reduce the level of insecurity and ensure the contributions of this group of people to our national development.
The elections that are coming next year, we should not fear. God will decide for us. God will elect for us a leader after his own heart.
The NTA choir was outstanding in rendition. As an annual tradition, the candlelight procession was part of a colorful celebration.
Right, and the festive season has gradually crept in. You're watching the news on Newsline tonight on the network service. We'll take a short break. The news continues presently.
Feliz Navidad.
Glow wishes you a Merry Christmas. Nigeria, get ready. Industries, get ready. The die is cast and all is set for the first ever National Environmental Compliance Awards, NECA. Deserving facilities in different sectors will receive the award for their compliance with environmental regulations. These awards will be presented by the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR. Date 6 December 2022. Venue, the Conference Center of the Presidential Villa. This event is powered by the National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency, NESRA, a power statute of the Federal Ministry of Environment. Hashtag NESRA Award 2022. NESRA, ensuring a cleaner and healthier environment for all Nigerians.
Esther, you're late again. Esther?
She's a wandering light in the darkness. She's beautiful. Oh, she's a superstar. She never let her number down. She's beautiful. She know the she know the everybody.
No phones at the table, please. Esther. I love you too.
Don't forget our pick your phone. Airtel, the smartphone network.
This is to inform the public that Afe Babalola International Study Center, Abisk, Bodija, Ibadan, has relocated from number 36 Oshuntukun Avenue to its modern aesthetic complex, 13 Oshuntukun Avenue, Old Bodija, Ibadan. Comfortable hostels, state-of-the-art laboratories, and e-learning libraries. 2022-2023 admission still on into 1-year pre-degree, WAEC, NECO, JAM, JUPEB Advanced Level, IGCSE Ordinary and Cambridge Advanced Level, and Overseas Pathway Foundation Program. Obtain application form at Abisk Campus, 13 Oshintokun Avenue, Old Bodija, Ibadan, or online at abisk.org.ng. Email director@abisk.org.ng or dremmanuel.ayodeji@gmail.com. Telephone 070-357-97660. Upward, a vision in action.
Ooh, this food is delicious. Can I have my bitters now?
Okay.
What is this? Is this my bottle of bitters?
Yes. Any problem?
Any problem? No. I'm not going to take them. I want my yo-yo bitters now.
Darling, but that is bitter.
Look. Let me tell you. Yo-yo bitters is bitter. It is unique in formulation and effective in action. So take this funny stuff away and get me my yo-yo bitters now.
Yo-yo bitters is naturally enriched with ingredients that flushes out the body impurities, tackles waist pain, and resolves constipation. It is also fortified with vitamins. Yo-yo bitters boosts your body immunity against diseases and free radicals.
Because it is different in formula and action, I don't accept substitute.
Yo-yo bitters, inside out.
Welcome back. If you've just joined in, you're watching the news on Newsline tonight on the network service of the NTA. Now, in view of recent electoral offences bordering on vote buying and alleged underage voting, Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, is urging the National Assembly to expedite action on the passage of the bill requesting the establishment of the Electoral Offences Commission to strengthen punitive measures. Professor Mahmoud echoed this in Lagos at a strategic consultative meeting with media executives. Our correspondent Marco Olaleye was there.
disproved, signed.
This strategic conference by INEC is a response to misinformation, purveyance of fake news alongside other professional issues placed at the doorstep of the media. Beyond forming a strong synergy for educating the people on the processes crucial for a free, fair and credible elections, Chairman INEC said the meeting also provided a platform for acquainting media executives with relevant sections of the electoral law and innovation injected to the exercise, especially the deployment of beavers. On the frequent attack on INEC facilities, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu said the Commission is strengthening consultation to stem the tide, challenging Nigerians to take the lead.
If there are people who, for whatever reason, are attacking INEC facilities, Nigeria should tell them that when they should do this, they should stop. And we are capable of stopping that because the lawbreakers also live in society.
Of recent, the problem of vote buying has become a topical issue in electoral matters, but INEC assured that it is responding with methods such as changing the configuration of polling units, using transparent cubicles and reverting to the ban of smartphones and photographic devices at polling units, but most importantly, seeking legislative intervention to put an end to any electoral offences, including underage voting.
Let me use this opportunity to once again appeal to the National Assembly to expeditiously consider this Electoral Commission tribunal.
Partners in achieving free, fair and credible elections are also looking forward to the actualization of the law, but tasked the media to be abreast of relevant professional codes in election coverage.
Talks about the fact that we should be socially responsible. We should give equitable access to parties and candidates.
It has given us the opportunity to know the workings of INEC and also, seek ways of synergizing effort.
At the close of the session, INEC further stressed its readiness to conduct out-of-country and diaspora voting, provided relevant sections of the electoral law are amended to accommodate such. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
An INEC office in Oru West local government area of Imo State was attacked in the early hours of Sunday morning. A statement by INEC National Commissioner for Information, Festus Okoye, indicates that the attack affected the conference room where office furniture and fittings were destroyed. However, other critical facilities were not affected by the attack. The INEC office in Olo local government area of Imo State was also attacked on Thursday, December 1, 2022. Now, this latest attack makes it the 7th on INEC facilities in 5 states of the Federation in the last 4 months. And as the nation counts down to next year's general elections that will commence with the presidential election in February 2023, more groups are increasing awareness to encourage more participation in the electoral process. Now, the permanent voters card, which is an important instrument in this regard, is attracting the attention of members of this group who were in the major streets, markets and motor parks in Abuja for a sensitization rally on PVC collection.
We try to educate the people about their civic responsibility to their country, to tell them about the need to go and collect their permanent voters card to vote come February 2023.
What it simply means is that those who participate in politics have the capacity to do a lot of things. So we take it as part of our responsibility to educate the people to participate in this process, either as active politicians or at least in electing who governs them.
So that is why we're here today, and that is why we set out on a road show, a road trip. We'll be handing in flyers and talking to people and sensitizing the public.
And such rallies have become popular since INEC announced the distribution of permanent voters cards to prospective voters who have registered. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and his running mate, Yusuf Dati Babakmed, have released their presidential campaign manifesto titled My Pact with Nigerians. In the document, which was released Saturday night by the party leadership, the candidate and his running mate promised to offer honest and competent leadership to deliver on 7 areas of priority, which include security, production, restructuring, technological innovations, infrastructural revolution, human capital development, and foreign policy that it says will protect the interest of Nigerians. Now, the manifesto states the vision of the Obidati candidacy as a secure, united, and prosperous Nigeria that works for everyone and that realizes the hope of black people of the world. It promises to run a government of national unity, bringing together for the task at hand all competent, honest, and diligent Nigerians, irrespective of their political affiliations. The Nigerian Army has reassured Nigerians of its continuous efforts in tackling insecurity and ensuring heat-free elections come 2023. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya stated this at the graduation of junior officers from the Nigerian Army College of Logistics, or JOL, in Lagos. Amaka O reports.
Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya presenting certificates to 99 officers who just completed the 5-month training course at the Nigerian Army School of Logistics. He urged them to ensure the training reflects in the discharge of their duties. Lieutenant General Yahya also pointed out the need for more security measures during the forthcoming elections.
Only through training you add skill and competence that you require to match with the equipment and other enablers you have to achieve results. We are making effort to provide enabling environment for peaceful conduct of elections and giving support to civil authority and the lead agencies that are responsible.
The commandant of the Nigerian Army School of Logistics, Major General Adekunle Adeyinka, reiterated that training of personnel remains mandatory in equipping officers with required competence and skills.
It is part and it is in line with the vision of our Chief of Army Staff to ensure that world standard level of training is across the Army. It teaches the students on how to communicate. It also takes the students through the military decision-making process.
Awards were presented to various personnel who distinguished themselves through their outstanding performance during the Junior Leadership and Staff Officers Course 1 of 2022. The Army Chief also commissioned projects such as the Model Room and Cafeteria for students. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
The People's Redemption Party, PRP, has made a clarification that neither the PRP nor its presidential candidate Kola Abiola have entered into an alliance with the African Action Alliance, AAC, or any other political party, describing the report as untrue and a ridiculous sham. A statement by the Assistant National Publicity Secretary of the party urges the public to disregard the falsehood, reaffirming that its presidential candidate Kola Abiola and his running mate Haru Zego are still in the race for the 2023 presidential elections. The head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Yemieson, has approved the release of timetable for the conduct of the year 2022 promotion examination for eligible candidates on salary grade level 0 to 13, 06 to 13 in the common pool of the office of the head of Civil Service of the Federation. Eligible candidates must have spent a minimum of 2 and 3 years respectively on their present grade levels by 31st of December 2021. The accreditation and examination will take place concurrently at the 6 federal training centers located in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Accreditation is scheduled for the 5th and 8th of December 2022 at 9 o'clock in the morning daily. The examination will hold on Saturday, December the 10th, 2022 at these centers. Candidates are strongly advised to come for physical accreditation and examination at the designated centers with the originals and photocopies of their documents. And the remains of the wife of the Minister of State for Education, Lady Florence Nana Opiah, have been laid to rest at her husband's compound in Ohaji Egbema local government area of Imo State. Petrus Anyam reports that the funeral attracted personalities from across the country who converged to pay their last respect.
Family members, friends, political and business associates gathered at Abacheki Ibema in Ohaji Ibema local government area of Imo State to bid final farewell to late Ezinne Florence Opiah, wife of the Minister of State for Education, Goodluck Nana Opiah, whom they described as a bridge builder and one that impacted positively many lives.
That everybody living, hearing my voice, you are aware that you will die someday. But see, we are not preparing for it.
The remains of the late matriarch were later laid to rest at her husband's compound.
Epitome of beauty, and above all, the most faithful woman any man can find on earth today.
She was the best gift God gave to every member of my family.
The most amazing mother you could ever ask for.
Minister and his family and members of the community, we pray that God will give them the fortitude to bear the loss.
We have come to console him and the entire family and the community.
So our prayer that God Almighty will accept her soul and the families will continue to uphold the good things that she did while she was alive.
Late Ezinne Florence Opiah died at the age of 58.
All right, and time for us to take updates, sports updates, and for that, let's join our correspondents.
The elections, what should you be saying to those that worship with you? All Sundays and all Fridays, you are saddled with the responsibility of bringing up good generations. It is therefore your duty to both man and God to ensure peace all the time. No matter about elections alone, people talk to people and people listen. Talk to your followers. Make them listen to ensure peaceful 2023 elections. This message from the National Orientation Agency.
What is happening? Your eyes are red. You are armed with a machete and a gun.
See, I am angry and I can't even contain it. See.
My guy, calm down.
See,
calm down.
See, okay? I have planned to go and destroy these people's businesses in the city. I have to retaliate for what they've done at our place. They cannot eat their cake and have it now, never.
If you destroy their business here and they destroy that of those close to you over there, especially that your brother who sends you steady cash, how would you survive? Would your dreams be on hold?
See, what you're saying is correct, but I'm still angry.
The best way is to embrace peace. With peace and unity,
my people, let us embrace peace and unity. Let's learn to live as brothers and sisters for a progressive, prosperous nation. This message is brought to you from the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
To every politician, as the campaigns gain momentum and passions begin to rise, remember, the errors of your opponents do not make you a success. Do not run down your opponent and inflame passions to violence between and among your supporters. What counts is what you plan to do for the electorate and how you intend to relieve the sufferings and bring succor. Nigeria is in dire need of patriotic leaders at all levels, leaders who will make national development their priority. Concentrate on telling the electorate what you intend to do when you get into office. Focus on making your vision clear to the electorate. Don't engage in verbal abuses, fake news or speeches. Keep dealing with issues that will bring progress. You win the hearts and minds of the people by being above board, by being civil, patriotic and showing empathy. Let's join hands to make the 2023 election.
Now to Newsline proper. Are you a parent living in the Southeast? Was your son abducted 4 years ago and you have been living in agony, praying you find him? Well, the answer to your prayers may just be at your doorstep. As an official of the Social Development Aba North local government area is in frantic search for parents of a 5-year-old boy who was brought to their office by members of the defunct SARS. Benson Osadebe has the latest on the matter.
shined on 8-year-old Kelvin when the defunct SARS busted a child trafficking syndicate and took him to the Social Development Department, Aba North local government area, from where he was taken to an orphanage. A search for his parents started. The head of Department Social Development, Aba North local government area, Uchechi Sam Okorie, believes that a child deserves the love and nurture of his parents and has in the past 4 years tried to bridge the gap.
On January 2018, he was brought to this orphanage in the district. And since then, he has been well taken care of. He is in school right now. 2 years ago, from the grapevine, I heard that a couple went for a future bank news line, lamenting, weeping, saying that their child was missing. And from the description they gave, the judge cited this Kelvin.
Manager of the home where Kelvin is kept said their desire is to find a happy ending to his story.
Every wish of every child here is for them to be reunited with their parents. They might have good to take care of them, but they still have that inner feeling that I want to be with my parents.
Kelvin, who is happy where he is, says he dreams of reuniting with his parents.
The name of my school is Multi-Bank Academy. I want to be
Hope may not be lost in this matter, as the same fate that saved Kelvin from his abductors will lead him back to his parents.
Our prayer is happy ending indeed. Please, if you know the boy, his parents or family members, kindly contact the nearest police station or the NTA. Now, meanwhile, losing the child to human trafficking is as painful as losing the child to death, because one may not have the opportunity of seeing the child again. Unknown to them, luck has smiled on the family as the little boy who was kidnapped about 4 years ago, now we're talking about another boy now, in 2018, was found by the then Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. Efforts to reunite the boy with his parents, however, have remained a challenge up till now. Robinson Duratide takes it from here.
This young boy, whose picture appeared on the screen, was allegedly rescued from traffickers by the then Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad officers. According to a social welfare officer from Aba North Council, Uchechi Sam Okorie, the boy was brought to the council on the 29th January 2018. Since then, effort to reconnect him to his parents has not been successful. It was learned that the parents were living in Abuja, but later relocated to an unknown address in Rivers State. Various NTA stations have made reports in attempts to connect the boy to his parents for parental care. The police public relations officer in Rivers State, Grace Coco, in a voice message, advised anyone with information on how to connect to the boy's parent.
The boy on the picture, any useful information of the parents or guardians to that boy should locate NTA station that is closer by to them, or report to the nearest police station or police headquarters in PRO's office.
The missing joy in this family can be restored if anyone with information can help to reconnect the child to his parents.
I hope the boy's family or someone who knows them is watching. The boy needs to be reunited with his family as soon as possible. The next story is of two unrepentant criminals. In April 5th, 2022, in the April 5th, 2022 Owerri jailbreak, they were among the escapees and still on the wanted list. But that seems not enough reasons for them to be calm and lie low. Rather, they continued in their line of business. Unfortunately, the two fleeing inmates were arrested by operatives of the intelligence response team of the force for allegedly kidnapping a female lawyer and their involvement in several criminal acts in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Francis Form report.
On Monday, April 5th, 2021, there was an attack at the Owerri Correctional Facility by unknown gunmen who threw dynamite at the wall of the facility and commanded the inmates to flee. These two suspects arrested by operatives of the IRT were amongst the fleeing inmates.
But now when you don't see, because of you no get money or your business no do good, let me enter this kidnapping now. But now we think carry you go that prison. In that prison now they show say you don't commit crime before.
One would have thought that after the Owerri jailbreak, the two suspects would have renounced crime. They cashed into their old trade of kidnappings and other criminal acts within Rivers State and were arrested after carrying out several criminal acts, including the kidnap of a female lawyer in Port Harcourt.
Where on the day?
This uncompleted building is where the female lawyer was said to have been kept by her kidnappers before a 5 million naira ransom was paid. Preliminary investigation by IRT operatives revealed that the suspects had previously spent 11 and 14 years, respectively, as awaiting trial inmates in Imo State. All suspects are currently in custody of IRT and will be charged to court in accordance with the provisions of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act upon the conclusion of investigation.
Now they will have to answer to the law and continue the sentence. Now, a 300-level student of the Federal University Kashere in Gombe State is suspected to have committed suicide by hanging. Zualnan La disappeared from the area where he lived in order to allegedly cut short his own life. Allegedly. Zara Umar reports for Newsline.
A spillover English education student of Federal University Kashere, who hails from Plateau State, was squatting with a friend off campus. He was said to have interacted with everyone in his usual friendly manner on the fateful day when he later disappeared. His colleagues took time looking for him until later in the evening when his body was discovered hanged lifeless. This is the area where the student was found hanging on this particular tree. What will baffle you is how the student decided to come to this particular spot to hang himself, despite the fact that he is residing in a different area.
The girl and a boy were passing through this road, then he now saw him, now shouted, and then people came and gathered. When people came and gathered, they now came and cut down the tree, and then they took him, a siren came and took him to the hospital. But when they saw the letter, his friends said they took it to the police station.
The deceased young man also left behind a written message stating a number of reasons why he decided to terminate his life, among which was his inability to possess a 50,000 naira smartphone, even when his parents are wealthy enough. He also accused his campus girlfriend for betrayal, having gotten married to another man during the ASU strike without his knowledge. Late Zonan thanked his mother and elder brothers for always being there for him.
Police are investigating the situation led to his death. The preliminary investigation revealed that it is alleged that the boy committed suicide. But whenever the report is available from the police, the university will make it available.
The couple of times that we've been together, he's a quiet guy. He doesn't move around with many people like that. He has one particular friend that I normally see him with.
The remains of the deceased has been deposited at a government hospital in Gombe. At the time of packaging this report, we understand that the parents were already on their way to Gombe. The Nigerian Police Gombe State Command has confirmed the receipt of the report of the case off camera, assuring that the journalist will be briefed as soon as investigations are over.
Beyond the suicide letter, the case still needs to be well investigated. Now to something more cheery. A Glow subscriber in the ongoing Glow Festival of Joy promo in Abuja has won a 3-bedroom flat and boys' quarters. Meanwhile, another loyal subscriber in Lagos is now the proud owner of a car. Charles Alpha reports that the house is the third to be won since the festival began. The report.
Ruben, 46, is a photographer who, until winning this 3-bedroom flat and a boys' quarter, lived in a single room along Karishi Oroza Road. For a man who almost lost out of the promo after being called on his mobile phone 24 times, was lucky to answer the 25th and the last call. Ruben is now a landlord at the Standard Estate in Galadimawa, Abuja.
Listen, I'm short of words, so I'm short of words because the way this is, this is I won myself a 3-bedroom flat. I say, me? How? From this small room to 3-bedroom, it was unbelievable.
The 3-bedroom is just one of the third one so far.
The promo is actually trying to empower them, just the way we've been doing year in, year out. But this year, we are taking it a notch higher.
We're going to encourage other organizations and agencies to take a cue from Glow. If all of us are touching lives like this, there'll be less crime.
Vivian Chubenike, you won a car prize.
In Lagos, Vivian, the star prize winner of a car, her joy knew no bound as she becomes winner of one of the 24 cars.
When I was called, I was like, I hope these people have not come up with another scam again. So, but when I came down here, it was real. I would say a very big thank you to Global.
Earlier, a raffle draw was held where these lucky subscribers emerged winners.
I won the generator. I say thank you to the Global.
A big kudos to them for giving back to society.
We are going to be giving out 20 houses. We are going to be giving out 24 cars, 200 sewing machines, 100 generators. We want to delight you during this Unity period.
Be rest assured that whoever has won anything will get your prize.
Let's continue to encourage them to do more for the community.
For participation, subscribers are expected to dial the dedicated code of *611# and recharge at least 500 naira to 10,000 naira to stand a chance of winning generating sets, sewing machines, and rechargeable fans. And with 20,000 naira of recharge, subscribers also stand a chance of winning a 3-bedroom apartment.
You heard Glow Festival of Joy. You might be the lucky winner next. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
The Minister of Transportation, Moazu Jaji Sambo, and the Honorable Minister of State for Transportation, Prince Ademola Adegoroye, cordially invite the Commissioners of Transportation in the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory FCT, stakeholders, innovators in the transport sector, and the general public to the 17th edition of the 2022 National Council on Transportation, entitled Transport Technology and Innovation for Socio-Economic Sustainability. Date Monday 5th to Thursday 8th December 2022. Venue Nikon Luxury Hotel, Area 10, Garki, Abuja. Time 9 a.m. daily. Announcer Dr. Magdalene Ajani, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Transportation. The next edition of the PMB Administration Scorecard Series will feature the Honorable Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman Adamu. Date Monday 5th December 2022. Time 10:30 a.m. Venue National Press Center, Radio House, Abuja. The event will be covered live by NTA, FRCN, and VON, and streamed on the social media handles of the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. Announcer, Mrs. Lydia Shehu Jafia, MNI, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
My people, my name is Emeka, Mekus Kamat. Let me get all these people. I don't learn my lesson. Somebody come buy motor for my hand, carry big money, come give me. Now when we get bust, then my eye open. I don't know to that 419 be. Now when EFCC babam, now they come bab me too. Now he make me they warn you. All of them when they do business like me, where they carry big money, when I go sometimes I go carry transfer, carry bring back. Look una shine on my eye because the special control unit against money laundering, when they call SCUMO, they don't want say if the money pass 5 million naira for individual, no collect them. If it pass 10 million naira for company, no collect them. Can I go where? Bank. If you no do them like that, 250,000 naira for every day where this offense happen. Or they go suspend your license, or they go shut them down. Matter for your hand. No talk say I know 1 year.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Nothing should divide us. Nothing can divide us. And absolutely nothing will divide us. In our togetherness lies our strength. Our diverse nature beautifies us. Yes, we may not agree socially, politically, and culturally. Not even our ideological, religious, or ethnic differences should lead to bloodshed. Let us draw a leaf from the painful reality of our recent history and give dialogue and negotiation a chance. Let us support our gallant men and women of the armed forces, symbol of our national unity. The one people we are, have been, and always will be. Nigeria is my country, your country, our country. Let us keep her together in peace and unity.
I'm about to serve better breakfast. If you're in Lagos, you need to see this.
I'm not just filming content, I'm just escaping traffic.
Get more data to enjoy exclusive content. Dial *141# now.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Come back to what brands are doing. Eric Umofia, the Chief Executive Officer of Erisco Foods Limited, is a philanthropist and hardworking Nigerian. In his usual tradition of affecting lives, he rolled out the drums to once again celebrate his staff for their outstanding performances in Lagos. Andy Daniels was there for Newsline and says it was an exciting event that will remain memorable in the minds of all present.
Yes, he is Chief Eric Umofia, the Ikuku Oma of Amici. Just a few weeks ago, the renowned industrialist presented awards and checks worth millions of naira to some of his trade partners. Again, he is doing much more to appreciate his staff with outstanding performances. Drawn from different categories across the country, all recipients and staff of the company left nothing to chance to savor the joy of the day. Gifts for these lucky ones include cash sum of 1 million naira to each long-serving staff of the company and 3 Highlander SUV jeeps alongside 350,000 naira for fuel.
I'm so happy. I didn't expect it. I was so shocked. Just like, wow. Hey, I was planning to get a car. Now, this one. Hey.
I'm so honored. Like, I won the best marketer of the year. Senior marketer of the year. So I'm grateful.
Everybody have to play it for our own wing, and I'm able to galvanize them to do the work properly. And I told him we'll be able to achieve something, and it came out properly.
Irrespective of your tribe, your religion, or whatever you believe in, he has done so much. There are numerous people that we can't even count.
Dr. Umofia also awarded scholarships to children of some staff of the company. The philanthropic industrialist says this is another step to confirm his readiness to promote indigenous products in Nigeria, and the best is yet to come.
For the children to know that my father got this money to
make it to grow this stage, and give him going scholarship under this company. So to be loyal to Nigeria, that's the simple aspect of it. You must be loyal to Nigeria. That going scholarship by a Nigerian company made in Nigeria, Erisco Foods, they are there to help at any time. Now Nigeria belongs to all of us. Does not belong to one. I'm helping the economy to grow. I'm in Lagos State because I want Nigeria. I'm a good Nigerian.
Erisco Foods Limited is one of Nigeria's indigenous food production companies. Its products include Erisco tomatoes, milk powder, ketchup, ready-to-eat meals, curry powder, corporate sugar, gari mix, and much more.
The chief executive officer of Erisco Food himself needs to be celebrated for the lives he has impacted. Now, 23 less privileged Nigerians, mostly children, have been given a second chance at living a healthy life. The Emeka Okwosa Foundation, in its generosity, sponsored heart surgeries for 23 patients in Orafite, Ekwosigo local government area of Anambra State. Lydia Sampson now fills us in on the heartwarming intervention.
But if not for him, about 50 people that distance from now. I'm not waiting for their death. Someone like me, I'm not waiting for my death.
Their stories of hopelessness literally turned to miracles. This is because when one is faced with a terminal illness and financially handicapped, it may just look like the end of the road. It is therefore not surprising that the happiness of these patients knows no bounds. Interestingly, this is not a one-off experience for the Emeka Okwosa Foundation. In fact, it is an annual outreach that has continued to provide succor and changing the narrative in the future of many vulnerable people. This year, in what some has described as most sophisticated medical procedures, 23 Nigerians got new hearts.
One of the things that we have here at this facility, what we have in the United States where I work, I was very impressed. Honestly. And the most amazing thing is they have offered these facilities to ordinary people like us totally for free. This we will forever remain grateful.
The beneficiaries of the heart operations are patients chosen from 9 states of the Federation. They approached the Dane Irene Okosa Memorial Hospital with appeals for assistance, were screened, and the Emeka Okwosa Foundation intervened, sponsoring the procedures, which called for deployment of up-to-the-minute facilities at the hospital. The free surgeries, medical consultations, supply of drugs, and sundry consumables to patients on admission and outpatients were conducted by personnel of the Dane Irene Okosa Memorial Hospital with additional support from 45 medical experts from the United States and Sweden for the specialized operations. The foundation is a philanthropic organization sponsored by the chairman of Oil Staff Group, Emeka Okwosa, as part of his corporate social responsibility programs and charitable interventions across all parts of Nigeria.
Cardiology hospital is not common anywhere in the world. So having it here, I believe, will make a difference for the people, make a difference for the nation. Second thing is, I always had in mind to honor my late mom, and I was looking for a sustainable set of any system that I will establish, because that's what she also believed in. She was a developer of people.
In addition to the 24 open heart surgeries, the team of medical experts from Nigeria and Europe also carried out cardiac catheterization for 12 patients and a pacemaker insertion on one other patient. 348 patients also benefited from supply of drugs in the outpatient outreach of 2022. The number of beneficiaries this year received an increase from the previous mission, where 8 patients had benefited from successful open heart surgery. The annual medical outreach is to alleviate the burden of vulnerable indigent persons with cardiac problems that can be medically tackled either by treatment via drugs or by surgical intervention. Dane Irene Okosa Memorial Hospital is a 27-bed hospital with state-of-the-art facilities ranging from CT scan, cath lab, digital x-ray, to mention just a few. The hospital has a partnership with a foundation in Texas, United States.
Transforming lives indeed. Now note that the missing boy, the boy who got missing 4 years ago in Aba, has been found in Port Harcourt. So if you're a parent or family members of the boy who got missing 4 years ago in Aba, know that he has been located in Port Harcourt. So contact the nearest police station or NTA station. Now, for many lawyers across the country, attaining the Senior Advocate of Nigeria SAN status is one of the heights they strive to achieve, having been called to the bar. Former Governor of Bauchi State, Mohammed Abdullahi Abubakar, is one of the several lawyers who recently achieved this feat. Consequently, he celebrated in style at a post-investiture dinner that was held in Abuja. Abdusalam Jubril tells us more.
There is a popular saying within the law circle that states, a lawyer might seem boring and serious, but he never takes his work and job as a joke. This certainly resonates with the newly inducted Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Muhammad Abdullahi Abubakar.
His hard work, his commitment, his perseverance has been blessed and he has been rewarded. They say Allah's delay is not his denial. Alhamdulillah.
And out here, the guest joined the former governor of Bauchi State to celebrate the latest acknowledgement of his hard work that he, along with 60 lawyers in the country, recently bagged the coveted Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
This left for him would have been the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But in his humility, he has decided to go back to his profession and to join thousands of great men and women in the legal world.
From small beginnings as a pupil state counsel in the Ministry of Justice, Bauchi State in 1979, his career in the law profession spans both public and private practice.
I served the public and I retired. I came back to my profession. First in 1993, came back to the profession. Secondly, in 2008, I came back to the profession. And thirdly, in 2019, I came back to the profession. What that meant was that my ascension to the coveted rank of Senior Advocate of Nigeria had to be extended because of the sabbaticals I was taking.
MA, as fondly called by his peers, has held several positions over the years, including Deputy National Secretary of the Democratic Party of Nigeria in 1997, National Commissioner of INEC from 2003 to 2008, and Governor of Bauchi State from 2015 to 2019. He is currently the founding managing solicitor of M.A. Abubakar, SAN & Co. Fortuna Chambers.
An accomplishment worth celebrating. Now to what Pacesetter School is doing. The annual end of the year activities of Pacesetter School in Abuja has continued to put smiles on the faces of the less privileged in the society. Oyin Nayaka Loka reports that besides the kind gesture, the school was laced with colorful and creative presentations from students.
In the spirit of the season of love and sacrifice, Pacesetter Schools, Abuja, had so much to give out, ranging from foodstuff, toiletries and gifts. The student and school management headed to an orphanage situated in Karuruku government in the FCT. In line with the tradition of the schools to visit yearly and extend hand of hope to the less privileged in the society, the excited and joyful children with the youngest just a year plus were not disappointed.
The idea is for us to teach Pacesetter's children and these children who are ours, who are mine and yours, that we are one fellow Nigerians.
We're always expecting them
So just like wait for them, it's like something that makes us happy too.
From the orphanage to the premises of one of the schools in Oye for talent show. It was fun and educating as the presentations were creative and unique. The icing of the cake was the annual end of the year party with beautiful presentations from the children.
Presenters have taught me to be confident, intelligent, and dumb.
I also love Presenters Academy because they teach me a lot of new and interesting things every day.
Parents were not left behind with their dancing competition. For staff of the schools, the end of the year party was an opportunity to unwind.
The academic level is high. It's an old school with very astute and experienced teachers.
Everything about the school is very good. Just like we're here having fun today and we're seeing what the kids are doing, it's actually very beautiful.
It's basically God, because our parents that believe firmly in the ability and potential of our staff. Our staff are one of the best in the continent of Africa.
For many pace-setter schools, Abuja this year have set the pace again with unique activities touching the lives of many for the betterment of the society.
And we must ensure we reach out to the less privileged so that no one is left behind. Unveiling of All Eyes on Me. I'm sure you're wondering what that is all about. Now, the art of telling one's story is like giving a lifetime testimony, which apparently attracts rapt attention and fits into the expression All Eyes on Me. This is the title of a compendium x-raying the life and career of a retired Major General and how he instilled honesty, patriotism, and selfless service in the younger generation. You're wondering who I'm talking about? Ngozi Teknikio takes us through the unveiling of the general's antecedents to the public.
The gathering was not just of family members, friends, and well-wishers, but also of compatriots and like minds in the public and private life of the book author, and the roll call of personalities who extol the rare virtues and realities captured in the book All Eyes on Me tells how inspiring the content of every page is to aspiring leaders. President Muhammadu Buhari, represented by his chief of staff, recalls the track records of the Major General Hanania.
Rising from humble background, inspired by patriotism and the zeal to serve the country, walks where destiny had taken them. But in order, what we did, we put Nigeria first. This global lives and careers can be traced to the foundation laid through the selfless and generous efforts of this gentleman, the best macho, and a role model for a lot of us. All Eyes on Me is a compendium of those experiences.
The book All Eyes on Me chronicles the abortive attempt to abduct late Umaru Dikko in 1984, gives detailed insights in the Armada cement scandal, his ingenuity in transforming the Federal Road Safety Corps as a two-time Corps Marshal.
That General Hanania is a complete Nigerian and detribalized in his relationship. This is a message and a lesson that will help us in the context of what we are saying we must do right.
And for those who know General Hanania, you will agree with me that he is somebody who is highly principled, a very fair soldier.
The author, Major General Hanania, speaks on what triggered the choice of the title, All Eyes on Me.
Assignment to organize the road safety so that it will represent all regions
and not what particular region. They gave me that assignment. I went around, recruited everybody from all regions. And that is why people were saying that, let us see whether this man will succeed or not.
One of the finest generals Nigeria has produced. A diplomat of great repute.
And I'm happy for him and for others of his generation that they have the opportunity to be there to see themselves celebrated, and he can tell his own story to the people of Nigeria.
The 221-page book, stakeholders said, will serve as legacy for Nigerians to tell their stories to the public.
Major General Haldu Hananea, the younger generation won't forget in a hurry how you carved your name on their hearts. Way to go. Now time for some messages. Newsline will be right back.
Chef, every 01 day na opportunity to show say you sabi, especially when another chef wan show herself. Hey, party start o. Egbami, why dis people no like my food? Food everybody dey chop. Wetin dis woman put for her food? Everybody, even Yetunde my girl, come out for here. Make I no lie, her food sweet o.
Because new Genomax chicken flavor get herbs of nature and taste boosters. Your food na oyato adunga o.
I don upgrade to Genomax chicken flavor. Oyato adunga.
Good day ahead.
New Ovaltine 3-in-1. Smart choice for smart kids.
In a third final in 20 years.
This out of this road, now you can get a GoTV decoder, channel, and 1 month of GoTV Jolly for only 4,900 naira and enjoy all the show-stopping games live from Qatar on GoTV.
Since 1971, Nigeria's foremost human capital development institution, the Industrial Training Fund, ITF, has been at the forefront of equipping Nigerians with skills for national growth. Today's ITF has repositioned and refocused its programs, forging new partnerships locally and internationally to effectively deliver on its mandate. With 37 area offices and 5 industrial skills training centers across the country, ITF is pushing to reduce unemployment by providing relevant technical and vocational skills for employability and entrepreneurship in diverse trades and crafts. Whether you're a public or private organization seeking to improve the skills of your personnel, or an individual looking to acquire skills that will increase your chances of employment or even to help start your own business, today's ITF has a program for you. Speak to us today. Contact our area offices nationwide or visit our website www.itf.gov.ng. ITF, developing the nation's human resource.
This is the moment we've been waiting. It's time to rise up, do it again. Africa, do your dance now. Brother, do your winning dance now. So we never lose it again. Yeah. Africa rise up. Yes, we gon' rise up. Africa rise up. Yeah. Africa rise up. Yes, we gon' rise up. Africa rise up.
For staying on the line. Our next report mirrors the popular saying, what a man can do, a woman can do much better. This is a story of Fatima Dahiru Abubakar, an amazing female soccer coach of the men's team in a typically Hausa society. Awal Salisu was at the Meisidao village in Makoda local government area of Kano State, where Fatima led Yerima Football Club won and succeeded with so much excitement.
Football in this part of the country is considered as a male-dominated affair. It is therefore uncommon practice to see a female as a player, needless of playing a key role like that of coaching a male football team. Fatima Dahiru Abubakar, however, defied all odds to lead Yerima Football Club for 4 years into a successful journey, but not without some challenges. Being a coach in Mesido village, where the inhabitants do not value sports, Fatima was accused of going against the tradition in chasing her dreams, especially by the women in the area.
Some of my friends are actually against it, but because I have passion for it, that does not deter me.
However, with support from the assistant coach and her players, Fatima led the team to 2 successful tournaments in Mokoda and Dambata local governments.
She has all the qualities of a coach. She can give instructions just like a male coach.
For players of Yerima Football Club, it is exciting playing under the coaching of a lady, Fatima Dahiru.
I really feel excited under her coach, and he wins a lot of matches. The challenges he is facing is from her own side. Women.
As a woman, she is a mother. You have to respect her even if she's not our coach.
Secretary of Kano State Football Association, Shehu Buhari, pledged to support and help Fatima achieve her desired goals.
On our side, our own contribution or our own support is, we will make sure we assist her and push her to where she's supposed to be.
It is believed that with support and encouragement, Fatima will achieve her dream of becoming a renowned football coach in Nigeria.
Now you see why I say her feat is exceptional. So many of us women, we don't agree with Claire, who said it wasn't. Great feat there. And continue to do that because we're cheering you from here. Now, a bit of clarification on the missing boy we earlier reported. He is 8 years old and the same person whose parents we are searching for in Port Harcourt, where investigations suggest that his parents may have relocated to. So kindly let us know if you have any leads to their whereabouts. No child should miss out on the love of their biological parents. It is very important. You can contact the nearest police station or the NTA. We'll go on another break. Newsline continues shortly. Welcome back. It's common for people to mourn whenever death occurs. But when those tears roll down the cheeks like a pool of ocean, then the personality involved must be an asset to humanity. This is a story of an octogenarian, Rebecca Oyiridia Osi, whose death has remained a big loss for many that benefited from her benevolence and act of charity at Ameze, Ishago in Ebonyi State. Kanayo Okoro is standing by to tell the story of this Amazon for Newsline.
To the ugly side of life as a widow that lost her poor husband early in life and was constantly denied a home to stay and raise her children. One would think that Mrs. Rebecca Oyiridia Osi, who conquered hunger, lack of access to quality medical services to produce a medical doctor and an entrepreneur, among others who ask for endless merriment, but on the contrary, she had only one major request from the children, which was never to allow anyone around them go through the same ordeal. In fulfillment of this mandate, the son of the deceased, Dr. Gideon Chidebre Osi, instituted annual medical outreach for his community and neighboring communities, with that of 2022 being more elaborate, as it was part of activities to celebrate the initiator of the program, late Mrs. Rebecca Oyiridia Osi, during her burial at Ameze Ishiago Ivo Council area of Ebonyi State.
She taught us to be honest, to be sincere, to be human. She taught us to love, to be kind, and to forgive. I've continued to do free medical care. I've continued to provide scholarship to indigent students, and I've started now to build houses for those who cannot.
She was a very beautiful singer, an amazing dancer, and a very kind woman. She taught me what humanity really means. You don't really need to be rich. You can give, provide, and impart in people's life with the little that you have.
We have to learn from her.
Knowing that the octogenarian who died at the age of 82 will be happy even in death, seeing smiles on the faces of the vulnerable, Dr. Osi, aside handing over keys to the beneficiaries of Rebecca Osi Memorial Housing Estate, which has up to 10 units of houses, also deployed over 50 million naira donation for the mother's burial by friends to the training of less privileged girls.
Everyone there has his own apartment now. I personally and the entire family appreciate him for doing that.
I feel very happy
that Almighty God will save the woman's soul. This is celebration of life for the icon woman.
That she will continue to rest in the bosom of the Lord. She had a very poor, very humble beginning, but when things began to come, she saw the need to share.
May her dear soul rest in peace. She will surely be missed. Now to the burial of 6 family members. The sudden death of an entire family in a day is not your everyday story. The report you're about to watch is the burial of 6 members of a family in Amakwa Ozubulu in Ekusigo local government area of Anambra State. Udo Okoronkwo tells us more about the controversies surrounding their death.
Wife Josephine and 4 children. Death came in a swoop as their family dinner turned out to be their last supper. It is a mystery that has thrown the entire community of Amankwa into deep sorrow.
The couple's 3 children were buried last year, while the controversy around their demise halted the burial of the man, his wife, and a child. As the lady's family alleged deliberate act by enemies in the family, the man's relations say after several investigations, a pathological test revealed they died of food poisoning from insecticide.
In a situation like this, you don't ask God questions. You leave everything to God. God knows the best. One thing the doctor will tell you is food poisoning. But whether it was man-made or it was out of carelessness, it was out of preservation, nobody knows.
Administering the burial rites in the order of the Catholic Church, the parish priest used the book of Luke chapter 12 to console the mourners. The interment was at the couple's uncompleted building, and the arrangement of the 6 graves in front of the building was a painful sight to behold.
A day like this makes us to reflect. The thing is this: we must continue to have faith in God. Without having